welcome back to my channel. I always wanted to say that. It's not a channel, but it will soon be. I have a YouTube channel called Feminine Fortune as well, so if you're interested in getting a pick a card or a zodiac reading, meaning aligning with your sun sign, moon, or rising, feel free to come on down. Although I would always recommend, if you're coming to a reading for love, always check out your Jupiter and your Venus, because let's be realistic, your Jupiter will tell you the tea on your boo as your masculine counterpart, and your Venus will tell you how you're showing up and what's the overall energetic influence in your relationship at this time, because it is our Venus that tells us what is going on emotionally within us, what we desire, and also what we need to overcome and what we might struggle with. With that being said, I'm so excited to find out what the Divine Feminine, the collective, needs to hear at this time. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, please help me get a clear guided message for my girlies and for my folks out there who need to hear some guidance to help them align with their highest timeline for their highest good and the highest good of all. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, what does my collective need to hear at this time? What is the message that needs to be channeled through me today for someone out there? Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. I was feeling called to play some jazz music, so maybe jazz is something you love. See how this resonates. Alright, what is the Divine Feminine Collective need to hear? What's going on? What's going on with my Divine Feminine Collective? Okay, so we've got partnerships and alliances. Ooh, okay, so I think this is going to be a romance reading because we've got solitude here at the bottom of the deck. So what I'm getting from this is someone here has been considering a work alliance, has been reconsidering their friendship group, or trying to better understand the dynamic within their friendship groups, and also within their family. Like what have you inherited from your ancestors and your bloodline to break? What cycles are you in right now that you're recognizing that are playing out in your partnerships and your relationships with others? How you show up around other people is also coming into play. I'm feeling guided to say, like, there's some people, I don't know if you've noticed this, but there are some people out there who gravitate towards people and then they start to like mimic them, and then they try to like morph into a version of themselves because there's something within that person that they recognize that they love. But I want to say, like, if you recognize something within someone that you don't like or something you do like, it is within you as well, and that is spirit and your higher self trying to show you that, to honor it or to work with it and release it if need be. So this could also be if you are in a relationship, like you are because if you can see, there's like a tattoo on this, the counterpart here. So I think what this is saying is like you're looking at what's being imprinted and what you're absorbing from your partner versus what you're also projecting or what you might resonate with within your partner, whether it's good things or bad things. What else needs to be heard? We've got patience. And we've got intuition. And we've got light. Okay. I'm getting here that someone... Okay. If whatever circumstances is, if you've been noticing that, like, you've been making these reflections, you've been feeling the need to like self-reflect and journal, or like write out your thoughts, or like communicate with yourself and like sit down and meditate, but you notice that you haven't, like, spirit is offering you the patience at this time with yourself to actually process what it is needs to be processed, because they also want to bring light to what needs to change. And they're giving you these intuitive nudges. for how you can improve your life. And not only within yourself, but within these other partnerships, within these other relationships, including with a divine counterpart, if that is the case. I just want to pull one more card. There we go. Yep. Yeah, you might have been like trapped in fear, because that's what came out. You might have been trapped in fear, and that's like what's playing out for you in these relationships. Whether it's like feeling helpless or feeling frustrated or feeling unheard, Spirit is saying you need to come out of your mind and you need to go within and listen to your intuition. One more card for this spread. Thank you. Yeah, it's about your foundation. Like, this is the first time I'm hearing that you've actually looked at the foundation within yourself, and you're really assessing now, and you're saying, well, how, like, and then look at the bottom of the deck, you've got another root chakra, financial and material changes. With these changes in your life occurring, with these shifts happening, Spirit is asking you to like start at the first base with your energy. What is your energy? What is not your energy? Releasing what's not yours, and also what no longer serves you, and working on what does serve you and putting more energy into that, and also having more patience with yourself as well. Don't be so quick to get angry. I'm hearing whoever this is, you might have some impulsive issues, but we'll know from our numerology oracle cards if that is really the case, because they also showcase the chakra that needs to be worked on, or is asking you to check in on and balance out. So you need to balance out your root chakra. I would recommend doing fire breathing, some yoga, running, maybe kickboxing if you can afford to go to those classes. If you can afford to go do kickboxing classes or MMA classes, like to help you channel out anger, if you've been feeling angry, frustrated, and unhappy with like what you've experienced in the past and you want to let it go, I would 100% 10 out of 10 recommend. If you cannot afford to go to these classes, I would recommend doing some dancing at home. That's a great way to channel your root chakra energy, is to get up and put on some serious like go to town music and jam out at home. That helps you get out that frustration, especially if it like resonates with you lyrically and it helps you express how it is you're feeling. But I will tell you this, if you're going to be listening to sad songs like SZA or Summer Walker and you're thinking that you're going to shift your frequency, I'm telling you right now, it might help you if you really truly resonate. But if you don't resonate, or you don't no longer want to resonate, I wouldn't recommend that. When I say go to town music, I mean like listen to some house beats, some UK house, and other things as such. Or you can listen to like some old school alternative rock music from like the late 90s, maybe late 80s, late 80s, early like the 90s and the early 2000s, like Green Day. You know what I mean? Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, what does my collective need to hear at this time? I feel like this card really wants to be seen, so let's just pull it. Effort. Ooh, and look, the root chakra. Girl, get out of here. I know that's right. Okay. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. Love. Love is at the bottom of the deck. Utilizing love as your source. Doing things from love and only from love and never from fear. What does this collective need to hear? Completion. Yeah, so this is like, you're like at the end of the cycle, and Spirit is saying you have to keep the faith, and you have to keep the faith, but you also have to understand that like you can't keep perpetuating what no longer serves you. Like eventually you're gonna have to realize that if you don't say no to what doesn't serve you, it's only gonna be you that suffers the consequences. Dang, I felt that one. Holy Spirit, don't be coming for me like that. I know that's not right. What else is my collective need to hear? We got two cards, spiritual career and environment. I don't think that was resonating. Let me put that back, because it's two. One card only, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. What does my collective need to hear at this time? There's too many cards, Spirit. I need just one card. One card for my collective. One card, Archangel Michael. Thank you so much. All right, two more came out, but they came out singly, in a single fashion. So I'm gonna take them because I think that they also coincide. If you need a mentor at this time, Spirit is saying that someone will be coming into your life. But also, if you know that you have the wisdom to do better, you also have to listen to yourself. Like, sometimes you have to realize when life is teaching you something and you're the student, and sometimes you have to realize when you're in the teacher phase. So it's really up to you. Are you in the learning phase right now as a student, or are you in the teaching phase where you're practicing what you preach and you are being that source for others? And that being said, prioritizing your health. I love how this ties in purple and red, because I was talking about the root chakra, and beautifully enough, it's also talking about your crown and third eye chakra. So what I want to do is I actually want to read for the health card, because I want to make sure that whoever gets this message really understands what is being said right now. But before I even really get into that, I also want to say that this has blue on it, which talks about your throat chakra. This is not only about learning from your mistakes and learning from others' mistakes, but also understanding that if you're not living and speaking in your truth, you are the one that's also going to be facing the hardship. Spirit is saying, be aware of that. Live in your truth. Don't be scared to live in your truth, and don't be scared to listen to your heart and follow your heart. Okay, we've got this card indicates a need for health, 71, which simplifies to 8. This card focuses on well-being and self-care. By drawing this card, you are being encouraged to explore practices and behaviors that can enhance your physical, emotional, and mental health. Whether you explore conventional or alternative methods, it's important this time to put your health and happiness first. Maybe that could be tying into these partnerships and relationships. Do you have some toxic friends that you feel like, not toxic friends or family, but like, everybody has like some flaws, right? Maybe you've noticed that you've been making excuses for other people's flaws, and in making those excuses, you've absorbed some of it, and you're trying to get away and have a break. This is Spirit saying it's okay to do that. In order to improve your current situation, you're being asked to adjust to and harmonize the natural rhythm and cycles of your life, cycles that are encouraging you to work on improving your current state of health. This isn't a time to procrastinate, for you are being called to action. Call upon your spirit guides and angels if necessary to be shown the next step to take for the sake of your health. And the affirmation here is, with a healthy body and mind, I raise my energy vibration, or my energetic vibration. My apologies. I love that. That was a beautiful message. If you guys would like to book a reading with me, I am open and available. However, I have been getting a lot of messages, so just keep that in mind. If I do respond a little late, it's just because I'm doing everybody else's readings as well. And I love when you guys are messaging me, asking me to do these readings for you. But I also want to mention that I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround time. So I will probably get a reading done that day if it's early enough in the day, like right now. But if it's after like 5 p.m., realistically, I don't think I'm going to be sending your video till the next morning, because I want to make sure that if there's any feedback or any engagement that you want to have with me after, I can message you back as quickly. That being said, I go to bed at like 8, so you know I ain't answering you after 5 p.m. Let's be realistic. You can book with me, I'm going to do the reading, but I'm going to send it to you in the morning, because I want to make sure that I can respond back to you. I love helping you guys. It's such a pleasure. Love and light. See you in the next video.